Chapter 1. The house's fading glow. Elara lived in a very special house. Her house stood in a big, green forest. Many tall trees grew all around it. The trees had many, many leaves. The leaves were a very bright green color. Elara loved her home with all her heart. Her entire family lived there with her. They were always together. Elara had a kind and gentle mother. Her mother's name was Anya. Anya always had soft, caring eyes. Her eyes were like warm chocolate. She smiled very often. Her smile was always warm and comforting. Anya was a very good cook. She made many different kinds of food. All her foods tasted delicious. Elara loved to eat her mother's food every day. Elara also had a strong and brave father. His name was Ben. Ben had big, gentle hands. His hands were good for working. He liked to work in their large garden. He planted many small seeds. He grew many beautiful, colorful flowers. The flowers made their garden look bright and cheerful. Elara had a small and energetic brother. His name was Leo. Leo was a very happy boy. He laughed a lot. His laughter was like music. He liked to play with all his toys. Leo had a big red ball. He played with it every single day. The family was a truly happy family. They loved living in their special house very much. Their house had a big hidden secret. A very special magical spirit lived inside it. The spirit's name was Sparkle. Sparkle was extremely old. No one knew how old Sparkle truly was. Sparkle made the house feel very cozy. It made the air inside warm and inviting. Sparkle made tiny, gentle lights glow softly. These lights shone in every room of the house. They were in the corners of the rooms. They were on the shelves where books stood. Sparkle also made soft, gentle sounds. The sounds were like quiet whispers. They were very gentle whispers. The family heard them sometimes. They always knew Sparkle was there. Sparkle was their silent, magical friend. One morning, Elara opened her eyes slowly. The sun was high in the sky. It shone brightly through her bedroom window. It was a beautiful, clear day outside. But something in her room felt very strange. The air felt a little cool. It was usually warmer. The usual bright glow from Sparkle was not there. The small lights in her room were very dim. They were usually very bright and playful. Elara felt a small worry begin in her heart. A cold feeling touched her. She got out of her bed slowly. She walked quietly to the kitchen. Her mother, Anya, was already there. Anya sat at the kitchen table. She looked a little sad. Her usual big, happy smile was small today. Chapter 2: The Garden's Hidden Wonders. The next morning, the family went outside. The sun was warm. Birds sang happy songs. The air smelled fresh and clean. Elara, Anya, Ben, and Leo stood in their garden. They looked at the green plants. They looked at the colorful flowers. They felt ready for their big search. "Where do we start?" Leo asked. He looked at the tall trees. Anya pointed to a winding path. "Let's follow this path," she said. "It leads to the old wishing well." The path was made of small, flat stones. Green moss grew between the stones. They walked slowly on the path. Elara looked at the ground. She saw small glittering specks. They were like tiny pieces of stardust. "Look," Elara said. She pointed to the ground. Ben smiled. "These are old traces of Sparkle's magic," he explained. "They show us the way." They reached the wishing well. The well was very old. It was made of grey stones. Green vines grew on its sides. The water inside was clear. It shimmered softly. "This well has heard many wishes," Anya said. "Happy wishes give it power." Leo ran to the well. He looked into the water. He said, "I see a light." He shouted. He pointed his finger. A small blue light glowed at the bottom of the well. Elara knelt down. She saw something special. It was a tiny, smooth pebble. The pebble shone with a gentle light. It looked very old. "It's a forgotten wishing stone," Ben said softly. "Someone wished upon it, and it fell into the well." He carefully reached into the well. He pulled out the pebble. The pebble felt warm in his hand. It pulsed with a soft, steady light. A small flicker of light appeared on the side of the house. It was a sign from Sparkle. The family felt happy. They found an important piece of magic. They continued their walk. They walked deeper into the garden. Next, they looked for Leo's secret fort. Leo built it many years ago. It was under a big bush. The bush had thick green leaves. "It's here!" Leo cried. He pushed aside some branches. The fort was small. It had a small door. Inside, it was dark, but a soft light came from the corner. Elara peered inside. She saw an old toy wooden sword. It was Leo's favorite toy. He used it for many adventures. He pretended to be a brave knight. Anya picked up the sword. "This sword saw many happy battles," she said. "It saw much bravery." The wooden sword pulsed with a warm orange glow. The light was strong. Another brighter flicker of light came from the house. Sparkle felt a little stronger. The family smiled. They were doing well. Their next stop was the ancient oak tree. This tree was very old. Its branches reached high into the sky. Its trunk was thick and strong. Many birds lived in its branches. Ben walked to the tree. He touched its rough bark. "He knows many stories," he said. "It keeps our family's oldest memories." Elara looked at the base of the tree. She saw a small opening. It was like a tiny cave. She looked inside. There, in the dark, sat a small wooden box. The box was old. It was covered with green moss. Elara carefully took it out. Anya opened the box gently. Inside, there were many pressed flowers. They were dried and flat. They still held faint colors. There were also old rolled-up letters. These letters were from Ben's grandparents. They wrote about building the house. They wrote about their love for their home. These are my grandparents' letters," Ben said. His voice was full of emotion. They wrote about their dreams. The letters glowed with a soft golden light. The light was gentle. The pressed flowers also glowed. Their colors became a little brighter. This was a very special find. A big, strong light came from the house. It was much brighter than before. Sparkle felt much happier. The house felt warmer. The family felt a deep sense of accomplishment. They had found many good things. They had found forgotten magic. They walked back to the house. They carried the wishing stone, the wooden sword, and the old box of letters and flowers. They put them all on the kitchen table. The table now shone with a beautiful, soft light. Sparkle is almost back to full power, Anya said. She looked at Ben, but not quite. Elara looked around the room. The lights from Sparkle were brighter now, but they were still not as bright as before. The house still needed something more. What else could there be? Leo asked. He looked sad. We found so many good things. Ben looked out the window again. His eyes went to the distant hills. There is one more place, he said slowly. A place we rarely visit. Anya knew the place. Her eyes grew wide. The crystal cave, she whispered. Elara and Leo looked at them. They had heard stories of the crystal cave. It was a magical place. It was a little far from their house. It was a bit dangerous. The crystal cave holds pure magic, Ben explained. It holds the very first spark of our house's magic. We must go there, Elara said. Her voice was firm. For Sparkle, for our home. Anya nodded. Yes, she said. We must go, but we must be careful. Leo was a little scared, but he was also excited. A real adventure, he said. The family knew this was the last step. It was the most important step. They packed a small bag. They would leave early the next morning. They felt ready. Their home was waiting. Sparkle needed them. They would bring back the pure magic. They would make their home shine brightly again. Their journey was not over. Their adventure continued. They were a team. They had hope. They had courage. Chapter 3. The Heart of Home. The next morning, the family woke up early. The sun was just rising. It painted the sky with soft colors. Elara, Anya, Ben, and Leo ate a quick breakfast. They prepared for their journey. They put on strong walking shoes. They took a small bag with water and food. They were ready for the crystal cave. They walked through the forest. The trees were tall. Their leaves rustled softly. Birds sang gentle songs. The path was sometimes steep. They walked carefully. Ben led the way. Anya followed. Elara and Leo walked together. Leo held Elara's hand. After a long walk, they saw it. A big rock face stood before them. In the rock, there was an opening. This was the entrance to the crystal cave. The opening glowed softly with a faint light. "Be careful inside," Ben said. "The crystals have strong magic. They can feel our hearts." They walked into the cave. It was cool and quiet inside. The air felt fresh. The walls of the cave shone. They were covered in many crystals. The crystals were different colors. Some were blue, some were green, some were purple. They shimmered and sparkled. Small lights danced everywhere. "It's beautiful," Elara whispered. Leo gasped. His eyes were wide. They walked deeper into the cave. The path was narrow. The crystals grew bigger. Their light became stronger. It felt magical. They came to a large, open chamber. In the center, a very big crystal stood. It was taller than Ben. It glowed with a pure white light. This was the heart crystal. It was the source of the house's magic. "This is it," Anya said softly. "The heart crystal." But the crystal was dim. Its white light was weak. It looked like a tired star. It needed their help. "How do we make it strong?" Elara asked. Ben gently touched the crystal. "We must give it our love, he said. Our family's love for our home. Our happy memories. Our strong bonds. Anya nodded. Yes, she said. Pure feelings of happiness and connection. That is its food. They sat around the big crystal. They closed their eyes. They thought of their home. They thought of Sparkle. They thought of all their happy times together. Elara thought of playing in the garden. She remembered laughing with Leo. She remembered her mother's warm hugs. She remembered her father's kind stories. Leo thought of his teddy bear. He thought of his secret fort. He remembered Sparkle's lights dancing. He thought of his family's smiles. Anya thought of cooking delicious meals. She thought of quiet evenings by the fire. She thought of her children growing up. She thought of Ben's strong love. Ben thought of planting flowers. He thought of repairing the house. He thought of his family's safety. He thought of the joy in their home. As they thought, a small, warm feeling started. It came from their hearts. It went to the crystal. The heart crystal began to glow. Its light grew stronger. The white light became brighter. It filled the whole chamber. It was a beautiful sight. The light touched their faces. They opened their eyes. They saw the crystal shining brightly. It hummed with power. It was full of energy. A strong, joyful pulse of light shot from the crystal. It went through the cave. It went through the forest. It went straight to their home. They felt it in their hearts. Sparkle was truly happy again. The families stood up. They felt light and happy. Their mission was complete. They had brought the pure magic back. They had saved their home. They had helped Sparkle. They walked out of the cave. The sun was high now. The forest seemed even greener. They felt very happy. They felt proud. They walked back home. The walk felt shorter. Their steps were light. When they reached their house, they saw it. The house was glowing. It shone with a warm, golden light. The small lights from Sparkle danced everywhere. They were bright and lively. The air inside felt warm and full of joy. Leo ran inside first. "Sparkle!" he cried. The house felt alive. Elara smiled. Anya hugged Ben. They all felt the happiness. Their home was bright again. Sparkle sent a strong, happy hum through the walls. It was a song of thanks. The family sat in the living room. They looked at the dancing lights. They felt peace. They felt love. Their home was more than just a house. It was a place of magic. It was a place of love. It was truly their home. And their family made it special. They made it shine. Elara knew their family was strong. Their love made magic grow. Their home was happy. Their home was full of light. They lived together. They loved together. They were a family at home. And their home was the brightest place in the whole world. It was a place of joy. It was a place of endless wonder. They would always protect its magic. They would always cherish their time there. Their future was bright. Their home was bright. Their family was bright.